My partner died in 2010. He was HIV positive and a long-term survivor.
In the AIDS, HIV world, people diagnosed before 1996 are considered long-term survivors.
With the advent of powerful combination therapy that actually could get someone's viral load to undetectable, lifespans went from a few years to a normal lifespan.
So it was like this Lazarus effect that happened, and people who were given the death sentence were now living long lives. There was no programming designed around that. Everything was about prevention at that point. The trauma that went with getting an AIDS diagnosis and watching your friends and loved ones die, and you were the one to survive. There's a mental health component to that. Older adults with HIV, especially people who have been living with it for decades, are facing new challenges. A lot of people developed osteoporosis at an early age, or they became diabetic, or neuropathy is a big one for older adults.
Older adults with HIV are more socially isolated than older adults who are HIV negative. One of the reasons for that is many of them have lost their social networks due to HIV and AIDS.
The main thing is to keep the community informed of the new developments on medicine. Many of us are so used to not talking. Many of us are so used to being attacked or being dismissed.
So at GMHC, we created this hub for long-term survivors. A number of programs geared towards providing support, whether it's mental health needs or social support.
It's like a lifeline to say, yes, I am a long-term survivor. I'm still here and I'm so proud.
As a person who's been living with HIV/AIDS for 34 years, I've learned a lot about how to take care of myself.
I was taken by the vitality of the place. I was taken by the commitment that every person that I saw seemed to have. And I thought, that's exactly what these people need, because I'm one of these people. I'm HIV positive and a long-term survivor.
The number one challenge that we face is funding, which is why we're so grateful for David Boger and his family for supporting the Hub for Long-Term Survivors.
No matter who you are or where you are, we meet you where you're at. And we come together with you in collaboration so that you can continue to be you and live the best life that you can.
At GMHC, we're fortunate living in New York City, and there are a number of resources for people living with HIV over 50 and long-term survivors. However, we know the stark reality that in other places that's not the case. We have launched a national website for people to be able to find resources so that they could connect and find support in their own neighborhood.
And the grant from David Boger, which allows us to do the outreach, is going to be really helpful in getting to people who haven't reached out to anybody for a long time, and to communicate to them that connecting with other people is not only important for your mental health, it's actually important for your physical health.
It meets the needs of many communities around the country, maybe around the world. I think it's tremendous potential of helping millions of people with HIV positive and long-term survivors.
The funds donated by people like David Boger go directly to services for long-term survivors. Mental health support, substance use support, educational forums, and in this case webinars, and direct support for our clients.
End AIDS, live life. You can help, whether it's $5 or $500,000. It's our duty to help, and the rewards are tremendous.